Good morning, beautiful morning this morning. I'm just getting some more feed ready for the animals, and then I need to start building a chicken tractor. Who would have said that the midbirds are 3 weeks old today? So I want to get them out ASAP. Hopefully in the next few days I can build this and get them out there. I've got new goslings. They're about 3 days old now, but I'll be selling them as a little goslings. I'm not gonna grow them out and sell them as big birds, as I'm not even sure how many of these big ones that I have I'm gonna sell. I mean, I don't wanna overdo it and then be stuck with them and not know what to do with them. So rather start slow and expand as I need. I am ready here. Only a couple of tools and a radio for music, and that's it. Nice and cold, beautiful here in shadow. The chicken tractor will be the same as the one I built down there, 1.5 by 2.5 meters. Only thing I'm gonna change on it is the roof. This time I'm gonna put the roof over the whole thing. I won't have the mesh bit of the roof. Just a little bit more sun protection. They still get the ventilation from the side, and when it rains, more rain protection, and the food that I have in there doesn't get wet. Now with the little wheels that are on a little pivot, not too happy with it. They're buried in the ground too much. So this time I'm thinking about skids. Probably I've got a couple of old pipes there, cut them in half and screw the pipe on the bottom. See if that slides over the ground a bit better. So there will be something done like that, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll just do the frame now, the main frame now, and then we'll see. Also, I will be adding a few corner braces differently than what I did. Those little steel ones that I put last time, not really happy with them. Could be a bit better. Last time when I was building the chicken tractor, I've literally was building it here. It was only grass. I had no electricity. Everything was done by hand. So I reckon I'll be twice as quick finished with it, and will be twice as easy to build this time around. As my animals increase, I need to buy more waterers, feeders, and as I'm buying more and more, I'm getting used to what I'm buying. So the last tractor, I think it's 900 high. It's a bit too tall for these midbirds, but it worked out perfectly for my geese and the other chickens that are jumping and want to be on the lettuces sleeping. So that's perfect, but this one I'm gonna make smaller. This is the new waterer that I bought, and it's a bit shorter than the old one. Meaning I only need to go about 700 high with the with the tractor, it's about 200 mil lower, easier to get the birds out when needed, and also it's more convenient for me. It's gonna be much easier to move around, much lighter. So that's what we're doing. I have done the back like that, with the 2 braces on the sides, and the front with the little corner braces. I've left that opening for the door. Now, this takes a bit longer time, but takes way less timber. I can use the small offcuts. That thing is much quicker, but then I've got to cut big timbers. So, you know, it's a catch-22, whether you want to use more timber or spend more of your time. I've done both ways. They both work. I mean, you have to decide. I reckon I've got plenty of time, and what am I going to do with all these little offcuts? I reckon I'll keep doing the small bits from now on, but just to show you, you can do it both ways. I have changed the side. I've turned the side of the timber around, and I've kind of put an angle on it to make it similar, like a little skid on it. What I will do is, because now the frame is different and it's a bit bigger, the bigger bit I'll push down a bit, so it's gonna be probably this much lower, just a 10 mil or so lower than the rest of the frame, meaning it's gonna lift the 2 front and bottom a little bit up off the ground, which is really nothing. And hopefully it's gonna slide a bit easier like that. We'll see what happens. I mean, I just have to give it a go and see what happens. Good afternoon. We had a little hiccup the other day. My son got sick, so I had to go pick him up, take him to the doctor. But today I picked up the work, and this is what I came up with. I've got to put a lid on it. It's going to be a full roof this time. It's not going to be half. And then on these skids, I'll just put chain or whatever I have for dragging. So hopefully that's how it's gonna work, or that's how it's meant to work. Gotta build a little door here. I'll put a mesh around. Then I've gotta go buy more color on the roofing, steel roofing. Good morning. As usual, the weather forecast was wrong. Yesterday morning I was doing some gardening as the weather was really nice. And I thought I'll do this one in the afternoon. And then I organized the mulcher to finally mulch the back of the property, and hoping that we can finally start producing some hay this year. But 2 hours before the mulcher came, it started raining. So weather forecast wrong again. It didn't stop raining all night, and it's still raining. And now the new weather forecast says it's gonna rain tomorrow all day as well. Now I've got a little bit of time to finish this. I'll finish off the framing. Need to build the door and the lids on top. Then I can do the mesh, because I've got the mesh, and then I'm gonna go buy a few bits and pieces. Hopefully today and tomorrow I can organize everything, get everything, and get these ready. I really don't want the chickens to be outside in this weather. They're still a bit small, and yeah, it's so wet outside. Not gonna risk it. Hoping good weather will come soon. I've cut everything. I've got one stick left. I've calculated really good this time. Now all it's left just to put everything together, but that's an easy part. Screw and that's it. This goes really quick. Putting these bits together, it's not a big deal, especially when you know all your measurements. I'll quickly put the other lid and the door, and that's it. And then I can put the mesh at the front and then figure out what I need to buy. I'm finished with everything. Oh, I thought I was finished. I have forgotten to put the corner braces in. Everything is a bit shifting without them. So I'll go quickly cut them for tops and bottoms and put them in before I continue. Now this is much better. Now I can do the wire. I don't know why I have a feeling that I'll need few more of these chicken tractors as we expand our animals, a variety of animals, and breed more. I think I'll be building few more of these. Hopefully every time I build a new one, I'll figure out what the last one is missing or lacking, and I can upgrade it. Change from this one and to the old one. Old one I used the wheels. The wheels are working fine until the timber buckles inside and the wheel goes on an angle, and then when it's wet they tend to drop into the soil or into the ground. Kind of okay. And this time I'll try skids. Before I start cutting pipe and putting a plastic underneath them, I'll just try them like this, see what happens. I haven't put a proper rope on them last time. I was just pulling by the mesh and by everything, and it's kind of working and it's not. But also what I did is I've been putting staples in, and now since I've been pulling it on those mesh and everywhere, I've pulled quite a few staples out. So this time I'm using the U-shaped nails to nail everything in. They take a bit longer than the staple gun, but they're much stronger. I need to buy a proper staple gun with nice big long staples and staple that in, but at the moment I can't. It's not in the budget. hopefully by the time I build the next one, I can have that, which will speed it up. So this is it. This is the few changes. I'll keep working on this tractor now. Good morning. I have finished what I could and I went to buy the sheet metal today. I forgot the screws again. Anyway, it is what it is. What I'll do is I'll cut everything to size now and take everything down that needs to go in, and I'll assemble it or screw it off in the bottom in the pasture. It's just gonna be easier for me to move it in pieces than all in one go. So that's what I'm gonna do. The weather is horrible. Forecast is just way too wrong. We have so much rain, it's just crazy. I will not take the chicks out in this weather. It's just not gonna happen. Hopefully it will stop in the next day or two. They'll go out a bit later, but hey, it is what it is. I think it's better safe than sorry. This time I was a bit better off. I got this red sheets for €6, not 8 like last ones. And these have this little insulation on it, which is even better now. So yeah, lucky this time. So what I'll do is I'll screw the tops onto the roofs and just carry that separately and then just screw off the hinges. This time I got long enough screws. You always screw into the top bit, not into the bottom. Last time I screwed into the bottom bit because I couldn't find the right size screws. I was just hurrying up to get done. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna leak, but the right way is in the top bit to put the screws in, not in the bottom. I've got a few things that I have to do, so the build needs to stop. It's taking quite a long time now, but hopefully tomorrow I can finish. See you in the morning. Good morning. Beautiful Friday morning today. The meatbirds are 4 weeks old now. Ideally I wanted to get them out by 3 weeks, but the weather was so bad that I just couldn't do it. Couldn't trust myself to put them out. Forecast is next 2 weeks beautiful weather, no rain in sight, so hopefully that will be the case. Now they'll be in here for at least 6 more weeks, maybe a little bit longer depending on how quick they grow. So hopefully now let me finish this and take them out. I mean, it's time for them. The soldiers are coming back from their morning feed out in the pasture. Another project is nearly finished. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a handle on. I've got some old water pipe and 3mm galvanized wire from the fence. I'm gonna make a little pulley so I can move the tractor, then water and the feeder, and the chickens can go in. Really happy, glad that this project is done as well. But by the way, we are expanding the homestead. I think I'll be needing another tractor really soon, but I will build it as we need. I'm really glad this one is done. One thing I have to say here, the screws are bloody expensive. I bought everything they had in the shop and I have 6 screws left, literally 6 left. The rest I used for here, and I paid about 18.5 euros for them. I mean, that's crazy. I feel like I need to start importing screws, but it is what it is. This is finished now. Its handle is working quite well. Really happy about it. Turned out great. Now I'm gonna get the waterers and the feed, and the chicks can go out. Really happy. Perfect. I bought the crate to move the chickens as well, but at the moment I'm using it for hen. She's sleeping in there with the goslings, so I'm not gonna touch that. I'll just use this basket. I mean, all I have to do is do 2 or 3 trips. There's not too many chicks and it's not too fast, so it is what it is. all the chickens are out on pasture now. Really glad. I was cleaning the thing every second day, and it was becoming quite messy. Should have been done nearly every day by now. So I'm glad they're out now on clean grass. They're gonna feather up and clean up nicely, and then they're gonna be nice. I don't wanna keep them confined in their own feces. This is much better. Now they'll eat this food, prepared food, for another couple of days just to get them used to eating the grass and whatever they find in the grass, and then I'll start mixing in the food that I give all my other animals, and then hopefully in the next 7 days they won't be eating any of this stuff anymore. They'll be just eating the organic food that I give them from my own animals, and obviously they'll grow slow. I mean, they don't have light 24/7 on, so they sleep at night, they don't eat, they have room to walk, and the meat just tastes so much better. You can't compare to any shop bought. That's why it takes 10, sometimes 11 weeks to grow them out, but you know what, it's worth it. The time is worth it. What I need to do now is set up the water, give them some water, and then this project is complete. Really glad. So I'll end up the video here. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as well, and I hope to see you in the next one, on the next project. Bye.